The hell are you supposed to be?
I'm vengeance.
Before I start this YouTube video, let me make it very clear. This design is heavily inspired by another YouTuber's work called Crash Makerspace. I would highly suggest you go check him out. He makes the most amazing, cool work you could ever see. Like, if you're into gadgets, if you're into all this Batman stuff, this is the guy you need to check out. The link is here. Check it out. With that said, welcome to this video. If you've seen my other videos, you know I'm all about functional 3D print. 3D prints you can use in your everyday life, stuff like that. At some point I kind of swore to myself, Jimmy, you will never be that guy that prints things that just lay around and has no fucking functionality and it just is there for display. Because I've seen people and I've seen their places and it's
No! God, please, no!
I'm sorry to say, but many times it's just a mesh, it's just all kinds of stuff laying around, and I am not a fan of that. I like when things has a purpose, you can use it, it's there to help your life, that kind of stuff. But with that said, when I saw Crash Makerspace, when I saw his design, this Batman Gauntlet as he called it, I don't know, my inner child was screaming. I was like,
Yes, 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 yes.
holy shit, that is so cool. So I don't know, I'm the kind of person, I mean, any other person would go there and they would pay for getting his model, but I'm more that kind of person that when I see something cool, I want to try build it myself. So that is what this video is about. I tried to make a replica kind of his with my own design. I didn't take any measurement of his. I didn't do anything to, what do you say, cheat. I looked at his design and I created mine. And of course I had to look many times to understand the whole design. But I also did a lot of failures. I did a lot of test print, and I must say I learned a lot from this build. So it was really a fun project to do. And I would say this is the version 1 for me. I will try to make one later with a little servo motor that can change the positioning. But let me also make it very clear. This thing is mainly just only for cosplay. I do not make any kind of weapons. The blades are completely unsharp. I've done everything I can to make it not sharp. So this is just cosplay. Yeah. As many of my other designs, they usually always start in the drawing program. So this right here is the drawing. The thing. Damn! Of course, I have made many versions of this so far. Many parts have been added. This is kind of where all the ideas, they pop up. This is where I see all the mistakes.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
About to happen. If we take a look across the whole design, we have a total of 31 components, whereof 12 of these are purchase parts. And along these, we also have screws and bolts that counts up to 14 other parts. Now that we have that out of the way, let's move on to Jimmy's production. Hello and welcome to Jimmy's production line, aka Jimmy's dinner table, because apartment life is sometimes a little bit hard to do when you have this kind of hobby. The purpose here is to understand this design. So what we have here is no other than a wonderful, mechanical, beautiful work.
Oh my god! Wow!
We have here an assembly with none less than 12 bearings to make everything run super smooth. So how this works is that you have basically bearings where everything has to move. You have this straight gearing. I don't know how you call that in English. I hope you understand. So each of these arms has these gears that runs in this rail. Yeah. So when I push it, you can see that it slowly starts to move. And then these blades are guided in these rails with another bearing. And as Crash Makerspace, what he also explains in his design is that the first movement is basically, it's not really twisting the blade, it's more to get it down. And then when it's down, it starts to move in. So the first movement is just getting down and then it goes in. This is to make it as compact as possible and also to give more that range for the blade to flip out. It sounds very simple, but getting all these pieces to fit perfectly, combined, make them slide well together, it was a bit of a challenge with the tolerances, to be honest. I didn't nail it in first try. As you can see over here, this is my many tries before I hit something that actually kind of worked well. I would say this thing can still be improved a lot. And I will try to do that also. There's still some tolerances that are a little bit that I would like to work on. And under here is just the part for the arm. I basically printed it flat. Then I used a hair dryer to heat it up and then bend it according to my arm. And then, as you see here, temporary rubber bands, straps, or whatever you call it, because I don't really have anything yet. I did try to order some stuff on Amazon. They didn't arrive yet, so this is a temporary solution. But yeah, now that you understand how the model works, let's move on to how it would be used. So, as I mentioned, I basically used mainly parts that I already had at home, and that is because I don't really make any money on anything I do, and it's a complete failure so far with my YouTube dream. I mean, 3 years ago when I really started making YouTube, I thought, oh, Jimmy, you're gonna make design, they're gonna watch it, you're gonna earn some money here and there, YouTube, oh, it's gonna be so easy, yoo-hoo, you're gonna be rich soon. That's not how YouTube works for me. That's not my life.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Okay.
Okay?
Are you?
Absolutely.
I hope it's gonna be one day, but no, not so far. I hope at least many of you people will watch this video and you will press subscribe and you're gonna press like. And it's gonna help me to one day earn my first little cent, just a tiny little bit of 3 years of work, and I haven't earned a ding. But yeah, that's another little side thing. So let's talk about the whole idea about this console. So
Here I come. Oh, here I come. Oh.
imagine we are Batman. Wait, can I? Actually, one time, I didn't even think about it. A long time ago, I designed this mask because, again, I wanted to try to see how do you make something fit your face. Let's just pretend for a little bit we are Batman.
I'm Batman.
It's funny because when I made this mask, I wanted to try to create something unique that didn't have anything to do with Batman, but all people say, oh, no, that's Batman. That's Batman. That's not Batman. It's Jimmy, man. I don't know, it's me. I tried to make it look unique. But yeah, let's pretend we are Batman for a little time here. The whole point of this, like, sleek design, kind of to surprise your enemy, right? You fight, and then they don't know what's gonna happen, they don't know what's gonna come, they kind of bam! Then you have your blade, and you can, like, imagine this, you hit past them, they think you missed, you're gonna surprise them, you activate the blade with your little button here, beep, and then you pull back. That's the sneak attack. That's the dangerous sneak attack. But from what I understand from all the Batman movies is mainly he uses these blades to defend himself from other blades. So that if someone tries to hit him with a sword or they strike at him with a sword, the blade can then be interrupted in between these blades and he can kind of defend himself like bam. That's what I understood from it. I don't know if it's true at all. And as Craftsmakerspace also said in his video, these serrated blades, I don't know what you call it, mainly used for cutting things easier. Like, let's say some kind of wire or rope came in the way, then you would like supposedly. This is all fictionally, this is all a story, like these are supposed to cut things better, easier, faster. Let's say you were driving your car, Batman is driving his car, he gets into a crash, boom, he's disorientated, his seatbelt is in the way, he pulls out his gauntlet and then he starts slashing their seatbelt. Of course, this is gonna make it easier for him to slice that seatbelt. That's the point of it, right? That's the idea of it. So it's for sneaky attack, but it's also for self-defense. I could totally see these being implemented in a complete gauntlet, like on your hand, from wrist to elbow, implemented in a gauntlet. So when they're in, you don't really see them, but then bam, they come out. That would be so cool. So yeah, that's like the main idea of this build. That's how I understood them, and that's what I found really cool about them. Okay, let's take the mask off again. It's a little bit too much. What really fascinates me about Craftsmakerspace is that his knowledge, I mean, this guy, he knows everything. He knows how to make bulletproof things. He knows how to make electronic things. One part that I feel I'm handicapped is the electronic part. I don't know shit about electronics, so when I have to try it, I'm heavily relying on ChatGPT. So ChatGPT, if you're lying to me, I swear to God, I'm gonna kick your ass because I need your help for this next part. So yeah, that's how I imagine this blade being used. So there you have it, guys. Ending of the video, ending of the build. For those of you who stuck around to see the ending, thank you so much for watching my video. The thing I'm holding here in my hand are the new bearings that came in the mail today, and they are way smaller than the one I have. So it's gonna help a lot to try compromise. How do you say it? Make it smaller. Yeah, so this combined with some motors, that's gonna be version 2. So make sure to stick around to watch that. Again, if you want to see my videos, subscribe, like. Thank you so much for watching. See you later. Bye bye.